Honestly, pretty mind blown that Mike's bag actually came. We were really betting on the fact that it wouldn't, and then we'd have to like privately ship it to where we're going. It's honestly something else, the fact that it showed up like an hour before we had to leave. But it did, and we're not complaining. It's here. Are you ready? So after a super complicated evening of having no idea what we're doing, but trying to get from Manila all the way to Banaue, which is kind of the gateway of the north. From Banaue, we have a couple destinations we're going to, but we needed to find that bus. And one thing that I remember from my last trip in the Philippines is that it is not the easiest place to get around, and that proved true today. It's very confusing with not a whole lot of information anywhere, and so we went to the bus terminal, and there's like 12 of them, and the one we went to wasn't the right one, but we finally found what we think is the correct terminal, and now we sit here in front of a gas station and cross our fingers that the bus comes. Good morning, my dudes. We arrived in Banaue last night, or I guess you could say early this morning at like 5 a.m. from Manila. It is now currently like 10 a.m. I think we're gonna go grab some food, gonna go explore the town, and then maybe see a hot spring. Snagged ourselves some early morning pancakes for the pancake man. Mike, review.
Fantastic pancake.
A delicious pancake?
Delicious.
I can't wait. You guys saw them dump sugar all over it. I asked for mine without sugar. I love sweet things, don't get me wrong, but in the Philippines, they put sugar and sweet on everything. Like everything has some sweetness to it. So I don't know, it gets a bit much. And like having granulated sugar on my pancake, I can't do it. Mike can though.
It's actually so good. Like it's one of the best things I've had on this trip.
Yep, Mike told no lies. That is absolutely delicious. For 10 pesos too, so 25 cents. 25 cents for this pancake. Just casually strolling through Banaue, and we came across this hanging bridge, but the construction on it seems a bit meh. We got some metal plates, some rebar, and some like chain link fence. Mike, do you trust it?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I don't know what I was scared about. Apparently there's nothing to worry about. Silly me. But yeah, I cannot be the only one that this kind of freaks out just a tiny bit. We're doing it, guys. We are going across the bridge, and there's been no issues so far. I'm just kidding. Anyways, my dudes, as you can see, I am wearing a sweater. Mike is about to wear a sweater. He has a sweater. But it is significantly cooler up here. We're in the mountainous provinces, as I had mentioned. So it is very much different from what I've experienced in the Philippines thus far. It is, it's like 8 to 12 degrees Celsius, somewhere around there. So even for like Canadian standards, that's like, you put on some clothes. It's funny though, as we were in Manila and it was getting down to like 23s or like 22 degrees Celsius, the people there were like throwing on jackets and like cuddling up because they're like, it's too cold to live. I got some ground pork and veg and rice. Paid about 80 pesos for it, or $2, so it's not bad, but that's generally like what you find in the Philippines is shops like this with pre-cooked meals, and you just choose what you want, throw it on rice or something like that, and you're good to go. Solid breakfast. Tricycle time.
It's a little tight.
It is a bit tight. 2 tall guys in here. It's not the easiest ride, but we're headed to the hot spring. It's a new brand of Sprite.
Yeah.
Gasoline Sprite.
Gasoline.
We are headed to, where are we going? What's it called? Hapao, the Hapao hot springs, which are springs at the bottom of a river in the rice terraces. Oh, it sounds magical. We're on one of these trikes to get there. I think it's about, how long's the ride?
Less than 1 hour.
Less than 1 hour?
Yeah.
Perfect. We read that you could take a jeepney to Hapao, but the only issue is that there's no like transportation coming back, at least at this time. So we had to do the trike, but maybe if you leave early in the morning, you can catch a jeepney. I'll let you guys know. Back in El Tricicleta, which is Spanish for triciclette. And there we go, my dudes. We have arrived at the Bogia hot spring, about to get our hot spring on. I'm excited. I haven't showered in days, so this is gonna be great. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He's not.
You guys will never know.
What do you do when your heart starts racing and your mind don't control what it
But yeah, to get here, Mike and I had to pay some fees. So to enter the city of Banaue, we paid 50 pesos, so like $1. And then to enter the municipality that the hot spring is in, we paid 70 pesos, so like $1.50. And then we were prepared to pay a guide here because everything we had read said it's like a mandatory guided tour to get here. But somehow Mike and I have either walked past the guide booth or it doesn't exist anymore because we haven't been asked to take one. And that's what I wasn't looking forward to. I don't enjoy paying someone to take me somewhere when I can just walk there myself and maybe get lost on the way, but it's a bit of an adventure. And I'm glad that we haven't had to do that so far. So Mike and I are taking this trek on our own. We've already got lost a couple times, or not super lost, but just confused. We've got confused. I think we've made it! Now, like I said, we never passed a guide booth, but we did pass a group of people coming back from the hot spring that did not have a guide. And they said when we get to the gate, we will have a very tough time because they will say that we will have needed to buy a local guide, and we didn't. Honestly, like we didn't walk past a guide booth, so I don't know where we would have had that option. We'll see if we can haggle them. Score! We made it. It did take some convincing, but basically we said we couldn't find a guide booth on the way, and yeah, she's just like, okay, proceed. So she did ask for our environmental fee receipt to see that we paid it, and we did. The hike doesn't require a guide, as they say. It's very simple, one path, you just keep following straight, and you're good to go. But now, hot spring time. I think it is time to take a dip. So what kind of temperature do you think we're talking in the hot springs?
Well, I'd say about 100 degrees.
It's about 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's very similar to a hot tub, but you can actually just dunk in it right away and not have any trouble.
So this setup here, you have this beautiful spring. It's actually very clean and well maintained. And then if you pop up right here, we have an army of rock statues, along with a nice cold river. I think we're gonna have to take a dip in that, dude.
Definitely.
You have to. Yeah, it's super sweet too. Mike and I are like the only people here. That was my pants. Brings back the Iceland days, hey?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay, dude. Can we do the river now?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's do it. Oh! It's definitely cold. Hold my Pro Go. I'm gonna jump in there.
All right.
It's a bad idea. She's cold. Your turn, Mike. It's refreshing, it is. It's semi-deep, just go right in. How something can carry this much cold in the Philippines, I don't quite understand. Especially like when there's a hot spring right there, but it's pretty chilly. Refreshing though, eh? Like once you're out, it feels okay.
Yeah.
And my dudes, the hot springs was a great success. Like I said, I cannot recommend that enough. It was awesome. But we are headed back now, and it is actually starting to rain, sprinkle, drizzle, and I think it's gonna turn very quickly into a pour. So you guys are going in said bag and we are just hoofing it back to the tuk-tuk. So if you guys are thinking about making your way out to the springs and you want to go guideless without a guide, the path is of the utmost simplicity. It's seriously just along the top trail. There's a couple staircases that lead downwards, but if you just stick on the one trail and continue going straight, you will eventually reach the hot springs. We're back in the trike and ready to head home. It is late and getting very cold in Banaue, so got sweatpants. Gonna throw these on. There we go, that is better. I haven't rocked the sweatpants in quite some time, so you know it's cold. But the trip to the hot springs was a great success. It was an awesome time, and I highly recommend checking it out if you are in the Banaue area. It's a great thing to do. Mike and I did take the tricycle, and it cost us 600 pesos to go there, have him wait, and then have him take us back. If we had done the tour, it would have been another 500 pesos, and then we also paid 70 pesos each for the environmental fee. So total, we paid like 740, so really not bad for a day trip. The jeepneys definitely run past it, so if you can sort out a jeepney, you can definitely get there. The only issue is coming back. There are very few tricycles there that are not waiting for other people. So if you take a jeepney there and you're unable to get one back, or you can't find a trike, you're kind of oops. There's no information online with jeepneys. Everyone here is kind of, they really have no idea. Everyone says that you can't take a jeepney, you have to trike. So I don't know how much I believe that. I'm sure you can find one if you look into it. Anyways, guys, I think Mike and I are just going to chill tonight, maybe grab some baked goods and edit some videos, because tomorrow we have a very, very exciting day. We're going to see the beautiful rice terraces of Banaue. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you so much, and I'll see you all in another one.